So I'm thinking na, alam mo yun, kung hindi ka, ako syempre may anak ako, na-feel ko na ngayon na kung hindi pamilya mo yung tatakbuhan mo, saan ka tatakbo, diba?
Totoo
diba yun yung masakit pag yung mismong pamilya mo hindi ka accepted. So, if I can prepare other parents to be accepting, whether sa sarili nilang anak or sa anak ng kapitbahay nila, alam mo yun, then it becomes a safe place for everyone. O, diba?
Very good.
Becky nights, nights, yeah. 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 Becky nights, 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 yeah. Becky nights, nights, yeah. Becky nights, 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 yeah. Becky nights, nights, yeah. Becky nights, 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 yeah. Becky nights, nights, Becky nights, nights,
Ayan!
Happy Pride, guys!
Happy Pride! Hindi pa natin yung OBB! Oh my God!
Hindi ka na mabago yung OBB?
Happy Pride,
Bayad na kasi tayo na mag-i-edit.
Guys, hello everybody!
Kumikita.
We need change.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
yes! Hello, hello, hello everybody! Good evening! Happy Pride, everybody!
Happy Pride, guys.
Hi, Gredson. Hi, Jamie. Hi,
Grabe.
Julia.
Hello, guys.
Hello guys! So I just want to introduce myself first. My name is Jake Galvez.
My name is Icy Mendoza.
I am Julia Fresh.
I'm Luis Becina.
I'm your Margaux, Medina.
And I'm divinely, babae po ako.
Ayan, padami muna tayo. I just want to say we are currently live now on Facebook. We are also live in Kumu. Say hi to the people in Kumu. Yes.
Alam niyo, nakita niyo na napaka-techie po namin dito sa Becky Night. Pero, ang totoo lang, wala po kaming tech assistant. Mag-isa lang po kami.
Wala.
Isa lang yung may sound effects.
Jake po yan lahat. Pati po yung paggawa ng art card. Lahat po yan.
Lahat po yan.
One man
I'm
show.
very excited na episode natin ngayon kasi hindi tayo nag-iisa kasi meron tayong mga special guests.
Correct.
And napaka-important.
Correct. This is the most exciting celebration ever because this is Pride Parade, the big Becky blowout.
Ay, nako. So, alam mo, IC, ano ba yung Pride Parade? Bakit yun ang theme natin?
Correct.
What nga ba? Hindi ko rin sure eh. Pero kasi ano siya, nung inano namin yung hindi ko rin talaga sure. Pero ang ano dapat, ano siya, kasi namimiss natin yung mampa sa Pride. Kasi like actually before the pandemic, lahat tayo, may kanya-kanyang ganap, we attend events, attend marches. Pero ngayon, parang yung parade namimiss natin. Pero I think Pride is still meaningful kahit nasa loob tayo ng bahay, kahit hindi tayo nagkikita-kita. Kasi parang isinasabuhay pa rin natin yun through our interviews, through our posts. So that's very important. So, very important.
Diba? Kaya ang tawag rin natin, Big Becky Blowout. Kasi, ganun pa rin. I mean, kahit na ang dami nating guests ngayon. Minsan lang to, guys. Minsan lang kami maraming guests.
At saka,
Alam mo
yung mga guest
pa rin.
Tsaka hindi alter ang guest ngayon.
Bibili yung mga, yung mga guest natin, ma.
Oo. Mukha kaming may TF, pero wala pa rin pong TF.
para lang sa lahat, guys. Correct.
Ano tayo, like isang round tayo. Quick catch up tayo tungkol sa mga buhay-buhay natin ngayong Pride.
Correct.
Una ka, Miss Jake.
Of course, syempre, sineselebrate ko ang Pride with my special significant other. Siyempre, ang pride naman, di ba, all year round yan. Pero tama nga yung IC, di ba, we were talking about this privately.
Hi, Daniel.
Sorry.
Hi, Dave.
Ang pride talaga mas maingay pag June. So,
Correct.
yeah, so very busy. Maraming collaboration and it's fun. And yun nga, happy Pride! Ayan.
Ako rin, ngayon June, parang tama yung sinasabi namin ni Jake, para tayo bang Jose Marichan pag Pride na lumalabas. Pero I think, yung true essence kasi ng Pride, it should be all year long. Kasi ang nakakalimutan natin madalas is masyado tayo na-distract sa sobrang kolorete, ang kulay-kulay, pero Pride isn't always will be a protest. So, yun yung nakikilimutan when we celebrate sa mga allies, sa mga bago mga Becky. So, yun ang lagi natin ipapaalala na Pride will always be a protest against discrimination and inequality.
Correct.
Yeah. Ikaw, Dolor, kamusta ka?
Si Dolor. Ayun, nasa
Nandito tayo ngayon.
May internet ka lang.
Yes, nandito tayo ngayon sa sa Starbucks.
Field reporter.
May plugging pa.
Agad kasi ang internet sa Balor. Well, ang Pride naman sa akin everyday naman. Syempre, with my trans sister, with Margaux and with my sister, everyday naman it's love. So, kailangan everyday we celebrate Pride. Hindi lang po June. So, we should celebrate Pride Month every day.
Tama
Ikaw
naman
mo
yan.
Fully fresh. Kamusta ang Pride Month mo?
Sinaselebrate ko ang Pride Month with fried chicken. Ayan. Kasi syempre, hindi pwede mawala ang fried chicken dahil pag Pride Month. Kasi ayun. Sinaselebrate ko lang. Syempre, halos araw-araw naman dapat halos araw-araw naman talaga may pride, respect, and love to everyone. Yun lang. And always piliin natin lagi maging masaya.
Ayan. Ay, tama yan.
And lastly, Ate Bibs, kamusta ang Pride Month mo?
Ang Pride Month ko, alam mo, it's so funny kasi 'di ba, parang una niyo akong ginawang nanay. Oh, ganda nun, 'di ba? Una niyo akong ginawang nanay bago ako talaga nagkaroon ng biological kids. So, parang every time my Pride, I make this an opportunity to be able to convince more parents. Kasi yun yung parang gusto kong layunin ngayon. Gusto niyo yun, may layunin. I feel like this time around, di ba ang dami nating dating horror stories na naririnig na yung mga bakla, binubugbog, yung mga ganyan, di ba?
Di ba?
Takot sila mag-out sa sariling parents nila. I hope that yung generation ngayon, yung parenting ngayon will be more understanding. So, yun yung parati kong tinatanong sa mga guests natin, sa mga LGBT friends, brothers and sisters natin na how do I become a better parent? And how do I teach other parents? So, yun yung parang goal ko ngayong Pride na
like as a mother.
Every month of the year, 'di ba? Na to help parents na make the future for our LGBT friends and family better. Ayun, 'di ba?
Alam mo, sobrang bongga yung bago mong route, Ate Dibs.
Diba?
Kasi lagi tayo Pride. Parang, ang tayo sa Pride dito, madalas tayo nagko-communicate sa mga kapwa natin. Pero I think ang maganda, you're in a better position kasi you could actually influence your fellow parents na hindi kami masyado kilala. So, yun yung maganda dyan sa ating route na yan. As the OG mompreneur, di ba?
Hindi kaya ito talaga ang mother Becky namin. Kasi yun yung palang purpose mo.
Hindi kayo, you guys are lucky na okay yung parents nyo. But there are brothers and sisters na hindi. So, I'm thinking na, alam mo yun, kung hindi ka, ako, syempre, may anak ako, nafe-feel ko na ngayon na kung hindi pamilya mo yung tatakbuhan mo, saan ka tatakbo, diba?
Totoo
diba yun yung masakit pag yung mismong pamilya mo hindi ka accepted. So, if I can prepare other parents to be accepting, whether sa sarili nilang anak or sa anak ng kapitbahay nila, alam mo yun, then it becomes a safe place for everyone. O,
Very
diba?
good.
Kami can say this, we love you so much. Kasi
wala ka pang second
wala kay mami, di pag-positive ka.
Yes.
Ay, malapit na June 30, Julia, wag kang
Correct.
Hindi na ako
Oh,
For
dahil
those who
dyan,
don't
guys.
know, hindi, for those who don't know, parati ko kasi pinipikon si LB dahil dito sa grupo namin, bawal lang hindi vaccinated. Eh, siya na lang yung hindi pa fully back. Di ba?
Paano kasi
correct.
inuna pa magpakagat sa aso?
Hindi ko rin naman gusto bakla.
Okay. Sige.
Grabe, okay.
Okay.
This is gonna
Very
be a
exciting
super
to Pride
fun.
Parade kasi ang theme natin
Correct.
tonight is ipaparada natin sa online world ang ating most beautiful and inspiring LGBTQIA+ personalities and allies in our community. So, very happy yan. So, I'm very excited.
Yun,
Correct,
as
correct,
I was
correct.
saying kanina, di ba, the big Becky blowout. Siyempre, baklaan pa rin tong event natin kahit na mga powerhouse ang ating mga speaker. For the first time, may budget kami mag-games.
Oh my God! At syempre, kanino galing ang mga pag-games natin? Syempre, from our flawless family. So guys, all you have to do is just share this live on Facebook with the hashtag Becky Nights Pride Parade. At kung sino, pipili po kami din randomly kung sino ang mag-share nitong live. So keep on sharing this live, guys.
Julia, sino ang mga guests natin tonight?
Syempre, hello, ang bigatin yung mga guests natin tonight, no? Hindi lang tayo magbabaklaan.
Go, Julia!
Kaya mo yan, Julia.
Kasi nakakain ko kasi yung buko, na-stress ako.
Go,
Ay,
Alice,
guys,
go!
palaban yung mga guests natin for tonight's video. Syempre, andyan si Tito Boy Abunda! Mga kasama. At syempre, oh my gosh, super crush ko rin to. Matagal kong crush to. Ang nag-iisang online crush na si Jessie Corcuera.
si Jessie.
Jessie, oo. Ano ba yun? Nakakain ko yung buko.
Sino pa, Julia?
Yes, Luis, ikaw na!
Yes, and we have also Miss Trans Global 2020 Mela Havijan na babasagin na ang katahimikan tungkol sa pambaba sa kanya. Ay, may ganun.
Okay.
Okay, diba?
Go, Mami
So,
Jo.
Julia, ano ba yung
Correct, so-
pag-giveaway?
Correct. So kaabang-abang yan, guys. I've mentioned earlier na if you guys want to win a flawless loot bag, of course, coming from Flawless Clinic, all you have to do is to share this live with the hashtag Becky Nights Pride Parade. So keep on sharing this live, guys. Ayan.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the first
Mechanic.
guest natin.
Yes, I see.
Ano yun?
Ano yung
Go ahead.
mechanics?
Hindi, just share this live. Yun na yun. Pinakamadaling contest ever.
Ay, bongga.
Just keep on sharing this live with the hashtag Becky Nights Pride Parade. Yun lang.
Perfect.
Sobrang dali. Hashtag Pride Parade. And we're gonna choose randomly kung sino ang mananalo. 3 winners of Flawless Loot Bag will win tonight. Ayan.
Ma'am.
So, are we ready for our first guest?
Ako
Ito
excited
na.
ako. Kahit
Oh.
na medyo nung ginawa natin yung interview, actually, nung ginagawa namin yung interview with this guest, medyo nakikita niyo pong delayed reaction ako dahil tagilid yung internet ko.
Na-LDR gusto namin bigat
Habol naman.
Cover ka naman. Correct.
So, ayan, Jake, why don't you do the honors? Dahil
Yes, so we're so-
importante nito.
Correct. So we're so excited. So let's give it up for the king of talk, Mr. Boy Abunda. We are so excited to introduce Tito Boy here in Becky Nights.
Hi, Tito Boy! Hello! Oh my God, thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh my God,
Tito
level.
Boy, isang karangalan po to have you here at Becky Nights during Pride Month. Hello po sa inyo. So let's introduce ourselves. Of course, you know me, my name is Icy.
I'm so happy to be here. Isang malaking kasiyahan at karangalan din ang makasama kayo. Hi Divine, hi Jake, hi Julia, hi Denise.
Hello, Tito Boy.
Tito Boy.
Tito Boy, for today, we're gonna keep it light,
Oh,
no? Syempre,
bongga
we're
nung
gonna
may
play some
paupuan si
games.
Tito Boy.
Diba? Ang cute-cute na upuan ni Tito Boy. Perfect.
Maleficent.
Madam.
Tito Boy, kamusta ka ngayong Pride? Parang what have you been up to?
I'm sorry, I said
Ngayong Pride, what have you been up to ngayon? This one.
speaking everywhere.
Oo. I'm sure everyday may speaking engagement si Tito Boy.
Tomorrow, I think I'm keynoting Standard Chartered. I've been doing a lot of symposia. I've been doing a lot of student organizations, LGBT webinars, etc. So I've been very busy, among other things.
Yes.
Galing, grabe, no?
Julia, ano yung symposia? Ano daw yung symposia?
Julia!
Bulaklak yun. Maganda pala ang symposia.
Yes.
Iba na sa isip ko.
Very excited tayo ngayon kasi pinulakan tayo ni Tito Boy for this episode. So, ngayon we will start with a game. So, Jake will explain the mechanics of this fun game.
Correct. Siyempre, di ba si Tito Boy?
Divine, I haven't seen you in a while. Hi. Okay.
Correct. Di ba,
I
of
know!
course,
Hi, Tito Boy! Long
I
time.
know, it's been quite a while.
correct. So, di ba si Tito Boy, lagi siya ang nagtatanong ng mga hard-hitting questions. So, tayo naman ang magtatanong kay Tito Boy ng mga questions. Okay, so, let's start something with really fun. So, si Tito Boy, sikat siya sa kanyang segment na Fast Talk. So, ngayon naman, we are gonna do slow talk. So, sa slow talk na to,
Oo nga, tama nga
di ba,
ba?
syempre bibigyan natin ng time si Tito Boy na mag-isip ng kanyang sagot for these questions. Di ba, Tito Boy?
Thank you for being kind. Let's do the slow talk.
Di ba, Tito Boy? Okay, so simulan na natin ng slow talk, Tito Boy. So, this is a very
Sabi pala ni Isaac
popular...
rin, I'm sorry. Before we start, sabi ni Isaac, Tito Boy, I emailed you some questions. You know, intentionally, I don't like to read questions during interviews.
Oh!
Talaga, I'm sorry.
Anything. Okay,
Oh,
that's
the most
interesting.
exciting is traveling, is journeying into the unknown. That's why the most
Kaya ano siya, actually, nung sa mga nanonood, guys, walang halong charot yun. Sinend ko yung questions the night before. Tapos, Tito Boy, have you read? Parang okay na ba? Ay, no, I don't like to read the questions. So, this is gonna be very exciting kasi, okay, so simulan na natin, Jake.
Correct. Okay. Simulan na natin. You're very famous na katanong lagi sa mga guests mo, Tito Boy. Lights on, lights off, or dim lighting?
lights on dati.
Okay.
Dim ngayon. Parating na ako sa lights off.
Pag brown out.
Yes. Brown out.
Mainit!
Let me explain. There was, di ba tayo, nagdadan tayo, we go through a phase when, okay, alam ko, you know, I wanna see what I'm doing. I wanna see anong nangyayari sa mundo. Pero, hindi, photogenic ka pa ng konti nun. Dim ngayon, I can still afford a little bit. But I know the time will come when I have to do lights off.
And naman, Tito Boy. Ito. Top 3 countries with the most handsome and hottest men.
Ay, gusto ko yan. Yung tanong na yan.
Number 1 talaga, top of mind, no? Pilipinas. I have no fascination for foreigners. I don't know what it is. It's his own preference. Ako, Pilipinas. Top of mind lang ito, ha? Lebanon.
Lebanon? Okay.
Lebanon?
I mean,
Gusto lang gera na Tito Boy.
There's so I don't know. The third country maybe should be Italia. Di ba? Ang guwagwapo.
Italiano, yes. Gwapo yan talaga, Tito Boy.
Di ba? Nangungurot pa sa mga kababaihan.
Ay, perfect.
Ay, favorite namin yan, Tito Boy.
Okay, si Julia may tanong.
Hindi man ako nakurot. Hindi man ako
Ako naman,
nakurot.
Tito Boy, may tanong. Siyempre, hindi mawawala yung does size matter?
Ano ka ba? Yes.
Size queen!
Yes!
Size queen, Tito Boy.
Pero,
Tito Boy.
Can I explain a bit?
Naman.
No, I wanted to explain a bit. I'm not obsessed with size, if that's what we're talking about or not. But given the chance, I mean, given the opportunity, ayoko naman yung hahanapin mo pa sa, sa Damuhan.
Grabe yung damuhan dito mo!
Yeah, I mean, somewhere, basta decent enough. I mean, you wouldn't need a lot of lights on to find it. I'm okay. Okay. Divine, you say something?
Yes! I have a question, Tito Boy. Mas safe yung question ko. Tito Boy, top 3 celebrities that you have interviewed.
That's tough. That's tough. No, you know why? Because I've done thousands and thousands of interviews, and each interview is unique. Some were bad, others were good. They were bad because of me, because of them. Some were good because there was rapport and ang inday rhythm was excellent. But when you do an interview, everyone has a different story, has a different narrative. Right. I can't. Pero hindi top. You know what I remember right now as you asked me the questions? I like my experience, not the interview, but I like the experience with Sarah Jessica Parker. Naalala niyo nung nagbukas ang Aura?
Yes. It was there.
Yes, I remember. Yes.
Cut the ribbon, and she was a special guest of SM Aura. Nangyari nun, she granted me a 12-minute interview. Yung parang junkets. We used to do junkets, 10 minutes, 6 minutes. Halimbawa, ang time ko was 5 o'clock in the afternoon, just before the ribbon cutting. Ang nangyari, they moved the time an hour earlier. Siyempre, hindi ko naman alam. From, ano yung hotel dyan sa may St. Luke's? W Hotel.
Okay.
Yes.
So we were booked there. Tinakbo namin yan hanggang Aura just to make it to the interview, which was moved earlier. Ang nangyari, dumating ako, nakaupo na si MJ Felipe, para sayang kasi yung time slot namin na 12 minutes. And then pagdating ko, sabi ni MJ, I had to use the 6 minutes to the boy because that was the ABS-CBN time, allotted time. So I sat down, I started to do an interview, I started to do a conversation with Sarah Jessica Parker. What I will not forget was, I was so ready for that interview that after my 6 minutes, kasi 6 minutes na lang ang natitira, I stopped. And I said, thank you very much, ma'am, and looking forward to another interview. You know what she said? No. She's talking to her agent. Can you give Boy more time? I have 30 minutes more, and I refused. I said no. I know you're very kind. Thank you for the time. I explained I was late because they moved this earlier. No, but I wanna go into what you were talking about. Whatever we were talking about. I have not forgotten that because ang takeaway ko dun sa interview ay lalo na yung mga superstars, di ba, sa America when you talk about Julia Roberts one time. I did Ben Affleck one time. I did J-Lo 3 times. I've done the junkets. What I learned from that experience is that maghanda ka. The last one was Angelina Jolie. Paghanda ka, and if they like the conversation, they have the power to actually give you more time. That's what I learned. Pero otherwise,
powerful si Tito Boy.
Tito Boy.
Grabe.
Pero yung top, hindi ko maalala. Okay. Yun. Marami ang dami. I've done interviews. I've really done so many interviews. So I can't say the top 3 interviews.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Pag nagsasalita si Tito Boy, no?
I have a follow-up question, Tito Boy. May follow-up ako. Nawala dyan. No, but I mean, do you develop a relationship after with them? Wala sa script eh, no? Do you develop a relationship like you become friends after an interview?
I didn't get you.
Parang nag-choppy ka, Divine.
Do you become friends or do you keep in touch?
Do you become friends or make relationships with
Okay, do you keep in touch?
Okay, the foreign interviews that I've done, the only one who became not the one close. I mean, who got to a space where she would recognize me today is, I think, J-Lo, because I've done Jennifer Lopez many times, and then I saw her when she came to Manila, only because the second interview I did with J-Lo at the Four Seasons in LA, when she was doing, it was a big flop. Remember the film Chile, which she did with Ben Affleck? I know
Yeah.
Yeah.
the news today because they're supposedly back. They're supposedly back in each other's arms. Kasi when I was doing that conversation with JLo, I asked her about if she had a chance to get to know somebody from the country, from the Philippines. I was like, "Are you kidding? I married one." I didn't realize that Jude. What was the name of the guy? The second husband is Filipino. The dancer. Yeah. We don't. Most of them, right? Most of them are accommodating. Most of them they try to be nice because it's part of the job. But I realize, because I am in the business, that they don't normally enjoy junkets. They don't. This is part of it. They go around the world. They talk to journalists, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, etc. And that's not also an expectations. I don't like cozying up to international celebrities. Angelina Jolie was fun. She wanted to talk about fashion. She wanted to talk about other things that outside of the movie. No, but dito sa atin, yeah, because most of the people I do interviews, most of the people I speak to, parang kayo yan, are friends. I mean, we're very familial. We extend beyond interviews. And pero abroad, si Jennifer lang siguro yung Si Jennifer lang siguro yung malapit doon. Cameron Diaz, at one point, I did an interview with Cameron Diaz, who also grew up with Filipino friends in Long Beach. Pero yun lang.
Yeah. Okay. Si Julia.
Okay, next question.
Okay. Kung pakinggan magsalita, here's my question. Skin and body care routine po.
Mga skincare tips.
No, it's something.
Really good.
No, I'll tell you something. I'm not vain. Early on in my life and in my career, I realized na hindi ganda ang puhunan ko. Tanggap ko yun. But it's not to say that I fall into the trap of anybody defining how I look. I will not allow anybody to do that. Because nobody can steal that joy. I mean, however I appreciate myself is my business. Pero yung routine, meron akong it's weird because not everybody does it. May sabon ako para sa katawan, may sabon ako para sa paa, may sabon ako para siguro I learned this from a friend of mine. 3 to 4 kinds of soap ang ginagamit ko. Kaya matagal ako sa banyo.
Kasi yung iba, di ba, parang kung ano yung sabon sa face at sa katawan, isa lang yan, di ba?
Likong pa tawag dun na.
Oo, hindi. Ako, yun lang yung indulgence ng buhay ko.
Ayan.
Sige.
Yes, ako naman, Tito Boy, syempre after skincare, ano naman yung wildest thing you have done?
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Wildest
thing.
Kasi Tito Boy is very
Is
serious.
this anything to do with what? Sex?
Anything.
I mean, anything. Oh my God. Wildest. Ano ba ang wildest thing that I have done in my life? Sa dami, hindi ko I did it in EDSA habang dumadaan ang mga sasakyan. Wala akong maisip, but EDSA will always be important. Hindi, meron yan eh. The wildest thing that I've done, pagdating sa trabaho, it is really wild. I did private conversations with Boy Abunda, and my first guest was the great New Age philosopher Deepak Chopra. Okay? Yes. Alam mo yung uupo ka sa harap ng tao, world-renowned, iginagalang, binasa mo lahat ang libro, and pretending that everything was okay and everything was not okay. It was a mess. Pero to me, that was really wild. Parang ang lakas ng loob ko. Parang lakas-lakas ng loob ko. Hindi ko alam kung paano ginawa yun. And I don't know how I survived it. And I talked about New Age philosophy with the great Deepak Chopra. You know what saved me in that interview? I didn't know how to begin it because naghahanda ka naman. When you have an interview, katulad din sa inyo, you do an outline, you more or less know where you're going to go, and dadalhin ko si Tito Boy dito. I always say, lead me to where you want to go, and I'll go there. Si Deepak Chopra, when he sat in front of me, and I was not nervous, I was fidgety because I didn't know how to open the conversation. Buti na lang, pag-upo niya, sabi, I'm sorry, I'm 5 minutes late. I lost my belt. You know, I took it from there.
Okay.
So how does a New Age philosopher behave when he loses his belt? And it broke it. You know, I tried to humanize it. Kasi hindi ako settled nung nag-uusap kami. Yung why was it wild? You know, sometimes kanina nga sabi ko, when you dive into something in fear and in doubt, yun. Not knowing if you're gonna come out of it alive, but lakas lang ng loob, yung parang gano'n.
Okay.
Yeah. Deepak Chopra.
Very interesting. Grabe, kinakabahan pa pala si Tito Boy, no, sa mga interviews.
Hindi, Jake, I say I was fidgety. Yung nerves, yung nervyos, hindi talaga masyado. Kasi, parang ang iniisip ko lagi ay wala namang mawawala sa akin, lakas ang loob ko. And it's important, when you do interviews, you have to realize.
Okay, I have a question naman. Okay, Tito Boy, what is the hardest question your partner asked you?
Lang si Divine.
Ang sabi ni Divine, what was the most difficult question that
your partner asked you?
Saan ka galing?
Relationship.
Saan ka galing?
That's a tough question.
Oh my God.
No.
Bakit siya hard sa'yo? Bakit hard sa'yo?
Mahirap kasi hindi lahat ng pinanggagalingan ko ay magugustuhan niya.
Eto, Tito Boy, last question for Slow Talk. Ito yung ano siya, aside from you, of course, sino ang top 3 LGBTQIA+ personalities that people should know more about?
Oh, perfect yan for Pride Month.
Wala akong sasabihin dito sa Pilipinas dahil lahat nating kaibigan at karamihan sa atin pikon. You know, my friends will say, ba't hindi mo naman ako sinabi? Ba't hindi mo? I'm not gonna go into that trouble. Pero halimbawa, globally, I would like the young LGBT people to get to know Bayard Rustin. Sino si Bayard Rustin? Siya yung nag-organize ng 1963 Civil Rights Movement March ni Martin Luther King. He was gay. And konting kwento na, magulong-magulo yung usapan nila noon nung Civil Rights Movement. Ang panakot ng mga kaaway nila Martin Luther King was, pag hindi niyo pinagbigyan kami, pag hindi niyo pinuspone ito, ay sasabihin namin na may affair kayo ni Bayard Rustin. He was one of the best organizers. Pangalawa, I want the young LGBT people to get to know Alan Turing, the father of computer science. I mean, he was the lead scientist who decoded the enigma that led to the victory of Great Britain over Germany.
Correct, yes.
That's pride. That's what pride is all about. And of course, I'll go for Harvey Milk and company. Ang dami kasi Brent Howard, ang dami. Tom, what's his name? The guy who invented the phrase gay pride, Higgins. Tom Higgins, and many others. Magandang aralin sila para alam natin yung ating kasaysayan at yung ating pinagkakalingan. At lahat ng mga babaylands, lahat ng mga asog na bahagi ng kwento natin sa bansang ito.
Yes.
I love
Very
that.
insightful.
I love it.
Thank you so much. Very insightful, guys. Of
Correct,
course,
correct,
meron
correct.
tayong last hirit kay Tito Boy, syempre. Meron tayong
Yes.
game. It's called Ano Buzz. So, Jake, paano ba
Correct.
itong Ano Buzz?
What is ano ba?
Okay, ang ano buzz is syempre we wanna hear your comments about topics in LGBTQIA+ community ngayon. So example, eto Tito Boy, ano buzz? Ang pakiramdam na sineselebrate na worldwide ang Pride Month ngayon. What can you tell us about the history of Pride Month, Tito Boy? Or of Pride, Tito Boy?
Ako'y masaya, ako'y natutuwa that there is a global celebration of pride among LGBT people around the world. Pero ang dasal ko dito sa Pilipinas, sana'y dumating ang panahon that we can celebrate pride and infuse our own story. Dahil ang kwento naman ng Stonewall, ang kwento naman ng Pride March noong 1978 sa San Francisco ay hindi natin kwento eh. You know, we have to be able to tell our story. Bakit pride? Importante kasi lalo na tayo Katoliko halimbawa. I'll explain to you why I'm saying this. Pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. I was talking to a friend of mine, Danton Remoto, a couple of days ago. Sabi ko, Danton, ano ba ang Tagalog ng pride? Sabi ni Danton, wala. At sabi daw ng dakilang Rolando Tinio, pag ang isang salita na Ingles ay walang translation sa Tagalog, ay walang ibig sabihin yun. So, but it is important that there is this pride celebration because this binds us together. But remember that the pride story does not belong to us. Ang ating storya kasi ay peculiar, unique. Hindi naman tayo nag-Stonewall riots. Kasi bago ang Stonewall riots, meron ng mga organisasyon sa Amerika. Of course, you have the very, very inspiring story of Harvey Milk. Pero wag nating kalimutan na maganda ang kwento ng mga babaylans, the Bale babaylans. Maganda ang kwento ng Asog because before the Spaniards came, meron tayong lipunan kung saan there was equality. Ang power did not rest on the men but also on the women and eventually on the men who acted like women and dressed like women. Yun lang ang kanilang identity noon. So, kung aalamin at kikilalanin natin ang sarili natin at ilalagay natin dito sa Pride ang sarili nating kwento, pagka mahanap natin ang mas malalim na passion, that it does not just become a repetition of the celebrations of Pride around the world. Halimbawa, I'll give an example. In Russia, ang Pride is not celebrated in June. It is celebrated in May. Because in 1993, homosexuality was decriminalized in Russia. So yun yung sinasabi ko na ang Pride ay ilinalagay doon sa konteksto ng kwento ng bayan.
Correct, yes. Oo, so
Yun lang
parang yun ang in-adapt kasi natin na yung pride ng Stonewall. Pero actually marami rin mga milestones sa mga Pilipino when it terms to LGBT rights. So tama si Chubo.
At saka yung Stonewall kasi was a bar, it was a club, it was a safe place for the queer community. Maganda namang kwento, nakaka-relate tayo. Pero wala naman ang Amerika kwento ng babaylan eh. Walang kwento ang Amerika ng mga asog. Walang kwento. Meron tayo eh, maganda. Before the Spaniards came, there was equality in Philippine society. So dapat halungkatin natin yon pag nagse-celebrate tayo ng Pride. So if you were to ask me, how do I celebrate Pride? I want to reclaim that power. I want to reclaim that dignity. I want to reclaim that quality that we all enjoyed before the Spaniards came. Hindi masasabi yan ng mga Amerikano. Kasi Stonewall was not a celebration. Stonewall was a revolt against the brutal police of New York.
Yeah.
That's right. Ang ganda nun. Yeah.
So kailangan, si Jake, lahat kayo, kailangan makwento tayo eh. Lagyan natin ang ating Pride celebration ng ating stories. And then we can come up with a collective story of the Filipino LGBT. And then we can say, this is what Pride stands for. Diba? Russia, Pride ay nung decriminalize ang homosexuality. That's why they celebrate Pride in May. Diba? We can be inspired by Pride that happened in Stonewall, and then yung Pride na ginawa nila, how do you call this, Harvey Milk. But we cannot use their stories forever. But where are we right now? Where we are is okay. Where we are is okay. We can just move towards something na atin. Oo,
Correct.
lalagyan natin ng kwento natin. But we're doing okay. We're doing okay.
We're
Ang
on the
isa
right
pa-
track.
Ang isa ko pang iniisip, pag Pride ang pinag-uusapan, sabi ko sana, pag nagpa-Pride Month tayo, hindi lang Pride Month, kahit sa labas ng Pride Month, inclusive. Hindi yung mga kababayan ko halimbawa na LGBT sa Borongan Eastern Samar must be included in the story. Because they have stories. Our brothers and sisters in Mindanao have unique stories that can contribute to the pride that we have. Dapat yung pride natin, hindi kopya. My pride about myself is not a copy of the pride of anyone. It is my story.
Ganda na Tito Boy.
Ang dami nating notification kay Tito Boy, no? Nakakilabot.
Yes, ito light question naman from LV. Go,
Yes,
LV.
Tito Boy. Hi, Tito Boy. Anong ba
Hi,
ang advantage ng pagkakaroon ng online dating apps like Tinder, Bumble, or Grindr ngayon? Have you tried using these apps? And what do you do if you want to get a date nung wala pang dating app?
Wait, so
Gusto kong
dating
malaman
apps
yan. Naabutan mo
have
ba
a
yan, Tito
use?
Boy?
Oh, wait, Dating apps have a
Single
use. And then what's the third one? What's the
Ano
third
siya,
question?
parang before, parang nung wala pang dating apps, parang how did you find it?
Paano mag-date?
Ano?
My comment on dating apps, I'm cool about it because it is territorial. It is part of the technological reality today. I think to ignore that is to commit a big mistake because I have friends who have met boyfriends and girlfriends and partners via dating apps. I don't think it should be stigmatized kasi meron tayong pananaw muli, no, na pag internet it's something
Temporary or...
not even temporary. It's something almost close to porn. You know what I'm saying? Yung parang hindi. Naniniwala ako that a dating app can be the beginning of something. You know, you can get to know people via dating apps, and then hindi ko lang alam if you can actually. But you know, the next step is you have to meet up. You have to see each other. But you know, are okay. I mean, anything that helps people connect, anything that helps people engage, I think is good.
Yes.
Wow.
The misuse and the abuse is not the flaw of the apps. Flaw yan ng gumagamit. Diba? Okay. Have I used dating apps? No. I have a partner. I have a partner. We've been together we're going 38 years this year.
Wow!
No, but I'll tell you. Number 2, I am too public. I mean, to be using a dating app. Nakakahiya naman yata. Hindi naman yata. I mean, nakakahiya para sa aking partner. No? Meron naman akong konti niyan. And besides, I can afford to hire someone to get me somebody. Before nung wala pang mga dating apps, of course, you know, you go to the usual places and you meet I met Bong, for example, in a dance studio, in a class of Douglas Sierra. So you meet him everywhere. Kailangan lang mabilis ka, at listo ka lang. Huwag kang babagal-bagal, mahuhuli ka.
Noted yan.
Next, anong buzz?
Julia.
Yeah. Ako,
Julia.
gusto ko itong malaman, gusto ko marinig to kay Tito Boy actually. Ano po yung dapat malaman ng mga tao about Soji Bill and what are the common misconceptions about the bill that you are wanna correct?
Ang Soji Bill, huwag na natin lituhin. Kasi pinahihirapan ng maraming tao. The Sexual Orientation and Gender Identity Bill is simply about anti-discrimination. It's simply about equality. The biggest misconception is that there are hidden provisions in the bill that would lead to same-sex marriage. Tigilan ako. Ang Soji Bill, which has been languishing in Congress for 21 years now, deserves the vote of every Filipino who loves who knows what it is to love, and who knows that equality is the only way to genuine democratic society. So it is just about anti-discrimination and equality and giving equal rights to the LGBT community. It is not about same-sex marriage, which is the pinagpipilitang ibig sabihin, the biggest misconception of people about the SOGI bill.
Amen.
Grabe. Oh my God.
Ganun kasimple.
So, Divine, ano ba question
ang question
mo?
ko naman, Tito Boy, sa group namin, ako lang yung babaeng straight. Tapos ako rin ang mother. So I would like to ask you, how do I advise other straight people and other mothers na, to make the next generation better for all our LGBT and alam mo yun, how do I parent? I mean, yung idea na I have to make things better because I'm fighting for everyone with this bill, with this rights, with, nakikita ko inaapi yung mga friends ko. Pero paano ko ano sa anak ko yun, Tito Boy? Paano ko sila, anong direksyon?
Divine, simplify your language, simplify your relationship with your child. Ito may cliche-ish, it may sound. Just love. Just love. Ito ang nais ko sabihin. No? Madalas, tayo tinutuligsa dahil dito sa gender spectrum discourse. Okay? Meron akong kaibigan na sasabihin, halimbawa, boy, ano ba yan? Lahat na lang ng alphabet, meron na kayong gender. Okay? Naiintindihan ko yun. Naiintindihan ko yun. Ako nga, sabi ko, hindi ko masyado naiintindihan ang iba. Pero bakit mo guguluhin ang buhay mo? Don't look at me as anything in that gender spectrum. When you explain to your child, I am no different from you. I'm a human being, and whatever others deserve, I deserve. And whatever rights others have, I should have. Kasi yung debate tungkol sa halimbawa, nung isang araw, I have a friend mula sa Babaylan. Sabi niya, Tito Boy, I identify myself as a they. Naintindihan ko yun kasi conversant ako sa gender discussion kahit papano. Pero pag sinabi mo yan sa isang kapitbahay na I am a they, hindi pa nga tayo nagkakaintindihan doon sa basics, titingnan ka na ng iba. So we have to be very careful. And I think we have the key word here is we have to be very tactical. We have to be practical. What is it that we want in the end, and what is the best way to get there? Kung ang kausap mo sarado doon sa, halimbawa, ilan naman ang nakakaalam sa cisgender, non-conformist, ilan naman ang nakakaalam sa non-binary, pan-romantic, demigod, pansexual, etc. Ilan naman ang interesado doon at ilan naman ang nakakaunawa doon. Ako, hindi ko pinagpipilitan. Ang sinasabi ko parate, let's not even talk about gender if you're not interested. Look at me in the eye. I'm a human being. Tao lang ako. Yun lang. Wala kang ibang iisipin. I'm a person. My daughter, my son, I have friends. They are human beings and they're like us. Yun lang. Yun lang.
Yun yung maririnig nyo ngayon sa mga anak ko. Love all, respect all. Diba?
And then pagdating ng panahon, when they are ready to understand the discourse, okay, ano ba ang sexual orientation, ano ba ang gender identity, pupuntahan na natin yon. Okay na yon. I think we are in the middle of it's not a battle. Ako kasi ang pananaw ko, ayoko ipaglaban ang bagay na akin. I said this. I don't want to fight for my humanity. I don't want to fight for my dignity. I own this. Akin to eh. Oo. Ngayon, hindi mo ibigay sa akin, depende kung sino ka, halimbawa kung ang konteksto ay batas, ay pag-usapan natin. Kung ang konteksto ay pakikipagkapwa-tao, pag-usapan natin. Kasi hindi naman ako papayag na itrato mo ako bilang hayop, hindi ako papayag doon. Pag legal naman, pag-usapan din yon. Depending on who we talk to, dapat yung lingwahe natin, to be tactical, we have to be able to devise, craft a language na itatayo natin ang sarili natin. Diba?
Correct.
Ano ka? Are you bisexual? Are you, etc. Kasi, isa pa, among us nga medyo kailangan din natin, we have to be able to look at each other in the eye and just love each other despite our differences. Oo, kailangan Pero hindi ito this is not a strange situation. Nung mga movements din sa abroad, yung mga movements nila Harvey Milk, ang dami din nilang problema. But they had a common dream. They had a common goal. What was it? Treat us like human beings. Treat us like your equals. That should be stronger than our small differences. Diba?
I love
Yes.
that.
Agree to boy.
I love it.
Tito Boy,
Naiiyak ako as a mom, ha? Naiiyak ako. Kasi, diba? I mean, it's so, like, how do you explain to a 3-year-old na, Tita Marge, alam mo yon pag nakikita na inaapi yung ibang mga friends namin na trans, tapos nakikita ng bata, it's so hard to understand for them, diba? But, yeah, I think you have to simplify. It's just, love all, respect all.
Correct.
Alam mo, Divine, ang trans women were ably represented in the activists group of New York that set up the Christopher Street Liberation March in 1970. Lahat sila, queer boy. Ako, I like the umbrella word queer. I belong to the queer community. Kasi pag sinasabi mo lang LGBTQ, hindi mo lahat nasasabi yung letters I like to be inclusive. I belong to the queer community. I know in the past that queer was a pejorative word, pang insulto But nireclaim yan ng LGBT movement that to be queer is to be us. It's not even different. I mean, to be queer is to be us. I am queer. I belong to the queer community.
I love that.
That's my preference.
Ang ganda ng mga tsaka yung ang nag-stick talaga sa akin yung kailangan mo maging tactical with your battles kasi sa mga LGBT champions kayo, masyado on the offensive. Pero dapat we have to simplify para maintindihan ng mga hindi nakakaintindi. Because at the end of the day, we have to battle the ignorance with the education na kailangan maintindihan na maayos.
Halimbawa, ay sama ka dyan. Pag may nagsasabing, curable naman yan, sakit ka naman yan, huwag ka na pumunta kung saan-saan. Go to yourself. I've been gay all my life. Hindi po ito sakit. Yun lang. In 1973, homosexuality has been stricken out from the mental health disorder, whatever, in the United Nations. I'm okay with that. But when you debate, you say, look at me. I am gay. I am not a disease. I am not a sin. Ganun lang. Simplify your discourse.
Simplify. And Tito Boy, that's na lang for buzz. So, so buzz ang dapat gawin if you feel that you're being discriminated or for discriminated for living your truth and expressing who you are. So, and ang mga available channels or communities that you could go to where you could ask for support?
Becky Nights.
Correct.
I'm really happy.
Wag lang financial support
I'm really happy that there are organizations like yours. Importante yun. Importante na may nilalapitan. Importante nandiyan sila Vince sa Love Yourself. Importante na riyan yung mga iba pang organisasyon. Marami yan. They are important. And people, gays, lesbians, the LGBTQIA plus people have somewhere to go. So that's the answer to that last question. And most important of all, if you have a loving family, don't forget that your family is there. You can run to your family. You can talk to them. Okay? The first question I see was what? I'm sorry.
What are you, anong dapat gawin when you feel that you're being discriminated for living your truth and expressing who you are?
Okay. Ang una kong reaksyon is call them out. Clap back, fight back if you can. Okay? And if you have to go to the courts of law, go to the courts of law if you can afford a legal battle. If the battle is not winnable, take a few steps backward at papag-antayin mo. Mag-antay ka, our time will come. You have to know your battle. Alam mo kung kailan ka lalaban, alam mo kung kailan ka atras, alam mo kung kailan ka titili, alam mo kung kailan ka bubulong. Hindi yung sigaw ka lang ng sigaw, wala namang mangyayari sa'yo. But kung kinakailangan mong lumaban, labanan mo. Pag tinilian ka, shout back. Now, if the kind of discrimination that is inflicted on you is something that you should go on the legal level, go for it. I mean, make sure you can afford it. If you can't, take a few steps backward and say you are wrong. But you have to fight back. We have to fight back. But fighting back does not come in one style. Okay? Does not come in one style. Yun yung sinasabi namin, ako personally, yung sinasabi ko, this is not mine. This is Nelson Mandela. What is it that you want in the end? And what is the best way to get there? Remember the apartheid movement of Mandela? That was his political equation. What is it that you want in the end? And what is the best way to get there? Isipin natin lagi yun.
Yung endgame.
Endgame.
Yes, I love it.
I see. Hindi tayo pwede matapos
Of
nang
course.
hindi natin pinapaharap si Tito Boy. Tito Boy, ako na magtatanong.
Oh my God!
Mahiwagang salamin din po kami dito. Kung ito
Okay.
ang mahiwagang salamin ng Becky Night, nakatapat po sa inyo, ano pang gusto niyo sabihin kay Tito Boy?
Yeah.
Bakla ka. ikarangal mo ang pagiging bakla mo. Diba? You know, I cannot not talk about this. I'm sorry, because this is Julia Limbawa. You have the rainbow flag. Maganda ang kasaysayan ng rainbow flag, no? Pero importante na malaman natin halimbawa na the rainbow flag just came about ano bang year? Sana tama ako ha, mga 1978. This was designed by Gilbert Baker. It was commissioned by Harvey Milk, kaya nagkaroon ng rainbow flag. Ang una nun ay 8 kulay, hanggang naging 6 na lang in the succeeding years dahil walang available na tela. At they couldn't afford, they didn't have the money to do the 8 colors. Okay? Pero alam niyo ba na bago ang rainbow flag? Ang symbol na ginagamit ng LGBT movement, hindi lang sa Amerika, pati sa Europa, ay yung inverted triangle na itinatatak during the Holocaust sa Nazi concentration camps, sa mga damit ng mga homosexuals, ng mga gay people. Ang ginawa ng LGBT people when the activism started, ay ginawa nilang, they reclaimed the meaning of the triangle, the inverted triangle, and made it a symbol of pride.
Oh, very interesting.
It was a Nazi. Kumbaga, di ba, yung mga Jew, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, the Jews, parang may yellow circle sila. Ang mga LGBT naman, nilagyan ng pink triangle. So when they had the chance, they reclaimed the meaning and made it positive. So yun yung una nating symbol ng LGBT movement. It was the pink triangle until it became the rainbow
flag that is today.
Ako lang, yung sinasabi ko kanina, importante ito sa akin kasi I know you're thought leaders in your generation. Sabi ko sana, dumating yung panahon na akuin natin yung storya natin, i-combine natin doon sa global story ng LGBT movement. Kasi ano ba talaga ang storya natin? Nung pumasok ang mga Spaniards, doon tayo nagka-problema. Kasi naging sakit, ang pagiging bakla. I'm a Catholic, I'm a Marian devotee, and I will never change my religion. Kasi ang paniniwala ko, there is no conflict between my faith and my being gay. Yun ang aking paniniwala. Pero ang dapat ang hindi kalimutan ay, yun, ginawa tayong in the 1950s or 40s yata, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, gay men were forced to marry women. Kasi kailangan may asawa at may anak dahil nakakahiya. Ayoko lang magpangalan. They're still, So, kakaiba ang ating kwento dito sa Pilipinas. Ang ating swerte naman dito sa Pilipinas, we are basically a kind people. Pero of course, maraming nag-patronize, maraming nag-accommodate. Ang pinakaayaw ko sa lahat, and I wanna say this, is, okay ka maging bakla kung katulad ka ni IC. Okay ka pag edukado ka. Okay ka pag nakakatawa ka. I like him, he's my best friend because he's just really funny. My point is, do I have to be anything outside of being human for you to actually look at me as a human being? Hindi naman ako kailangan nakakatawa, hindi naman ako kailangan matalino, hindi naman ako kailangan mayaman, hindi naman ako kailangan, I don't have to be anything. I just have to be human.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For you to treat me, to treat me fairly. Yun lang. Kasi di ba naririnig natin yan, sana ganito ka magdamit, sana hindi eh. I'm just a human being. I'm a child of God. I'm a child of my parents. I'm just who I am. Who I am is you. I love that. When I talk to straight people, I usually say, who you are is me, and who I am is you. Yun lang yun. Think about yourself. And how you treat yourself is how you should treat me. Because you are who I am, and I am you.
I love it.
Tito Boy, thank you so much for guesting. Salamat. And yes.
No, this is priceless. Maraming salamat. And go spread the word. And don't be afraid to tell your story. Don't really be afraid to tell your story. That's precious.
I love it. Tito Boy, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Tito Boy.
Accommodating our
Maraming
interview.
salamat.
We love you so much.
Isa na lang, this is not part, but I just teacher talaga ako. Even yung gay pride was debate. I did a paper on this kaya naalala ko. I did a paper on yung gay pride was a phrase which was invented by a bisexual woman and by, what was his name? A gay activist. His name was Tom Higgins, and Brenda Howard. It was not easy because not everybody liked the word. You know, sabi nga natin in the Catholic religion, pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. Wala talagang Tagalog eh. Pag sinabi mo pride, ano ba? Karangalan ba? Hindi eh. That's supposed to be another one. Hindi naman pwedeng. Sana lang we can bring in our own story to the pride celebration. Let's make it us. Let's make it our story, inspired by the stories of Harvey Milk and Company.
Tito Boy, we will make that our goal here in Becky.
I love it. Gusto ko yan. Yeah,
Thank you.
I love that. Super fun, Tito Boy, super determined. But thank you so much, Tito Boy, for answering all our questions.
Thank you, Tito Boy.
Thank you, Tito Boy.
Sa puso, maraming salamat. And you guys take care. Stay healthy.
Salamat,
Tito Boy, maraming salamat.
Thank
We
you.
love
Thank you.
you.
I love you. I love you all. Salamat.
Boy.